Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Bash Harry. This is the Harry Knit. We do a lot of knitting stuff, but sometimes we do crochet and other crafty things upcoming in the future, hopefully. Today is the very first podcast of the year, which is crazy. I think the last podcast I made came out in like 31st October. It's been so long. And I had to double check because it's been a while since I've made like a knitting podcast. So it's nice to just sit down and kind of talk about my whips and FOs, though not yarn acquisitions in this specific video. I have one coming out next week because my sister came back from Japan. We're doing a little yarn haul there. It's wild to me to do a podcast for the first time in a long time. I'm a little bit rusty, so forgive me. It is very nice, though, to be able to sit down and really just talk to you guys about all the things that have been going on. I know that it's been about a year since my last podcast, which means supposedly there are about a year worth of FOs and whips, when that is not really the case. I just slowly got back into knitting in, I want to say, July, August of this year. And even then, that was a very, very slow, gradual step going back into a hobby that I really love. And I do have FOs, I do have whips. I've made quite a few really small FOs that took me maybe about a day to finish, and others a little bit longer. So this video is just going to be all about the FOs and the whips that we've been conjuring up the past, I want to say 2-3 months instead. But before we get started, I want to mention that we have a mental wellness survey out. You can find the survey link in the description, in the comments, or here. If you're on a smart TV and you have your phone, you can just scan the QR code and hopefully they'll take you to the survey. We're basically doing a video about mental health and the connection between crafting, knitting, crochet, and how it affects your mental health, which we all know about the benefits of knitting. It's a very slow hobby, but I'm just curious to see everybody else's perception of it, and I think that would be really, really cool. Enough said. Let us start with the FOs, because there's a few FOs that I've been making. I was tempted to do a podcast in September talking about my FOs, but then I didn't really have any FOs, so I just kind of compiled what I had. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is a self-made pattern. It is the Bandar beanies. I've made 4. So these are called the Bandar beanies, named after my city, Bandar Awan. This is using Sirdar's super bonus chunky or bonus super chunky in the color berry and pumpkin. I bought these last year at Wool Warehouse on sale. I think the specific colors I have been discontinued, but I wanted something thick, I wanted something stiff, and I wanted something that was easy for a beginner to make, because when I first started out, I would have loved to have a beanie that was just really quick and easy to make. The Bandar beanie is a pattern that I've been writing since last year. It was put on hold for a while. I think there's a video I made about how long it took me to knit it for like an hour. And after I made that video, I was like, okay, this hat is okay, but I wanted to add some tweaks to it. So I took maybe a few more tries and I finally got it to something that I actually like. And originally it was going to be one size, just an adult size, but then I had the idea around like earlier this month or like last month that I wanted it to be with different sizes. Originally it was going to be 3 sizes, so like a toddler, a teen, and an adult, but now it's going to be toddler, so 1 to 3, junior, 3 to, I want to say 6, and then a junior, so 8 above, and then the normal adult size. my WhatsApp was on, sorry. I actually really like it. I made 4 because I needed to sample them myself, and my test knitters, because I initially got my test knitters to only do the adult sizes, I had to knit them up just to see if they worked, and it's fine. It only takes about an hour to knit up, and it's really soft as well. I didn't manage to block these though because they're acrylic, and I don't really want to block acrylic so much, but these are cute. I have photos with my little cousins and my niece to model them for me because I do not have kids of my own. And we got to do a quick photo shoot, and all those photos will be out once the pattern releases, hopefully in November. My eye is on November 17th. I hopefully do not have anything going on that day, so I can just hyper focus on getting the pattern ready. But this one is very easy, it's very cute, and I know it's like the holiday season, Christmas is happening, gifting is happening, and honestly, such a great beanie to have for the winter times. If my sister wanted this beanie when she was going to Japan, like literally last week, she would have been more than welcome to wear my beanies. I think when it comes to designing my own patterns, I have to think about what I enjoy first before I think about what sells. Because I think that's what a lot of creatives have to think about, is like, is this a pattern that will sell, or is this something that I really want to make? And I'm trying to find that connection between something that I really want to make and something that the market wants, which was, I think, one reason why I was so burnt out by knitting last year, was that I was thinking about these ideas, but knitting itself is so mechanical and mathematical with braiding that I couldn't really focus on getting the actual designs to work, and I got really jaded. So I want to focus more on making patterns that I know is good and that helps me as a beginner when I was a beginner, and then slowly, gradually just make patterns that I know will be a bit more intricate, a bit more tactical. Is that the word I'm looking for? More tactical in terms of design. But I'm looking forward to it. And I'm doing the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. So we're talking about designing or selling your business and things like that. It's so funny to me to do a business course when my background is in law, is in also corporate law. So I know some of these things, but I don't know them enough in detail, which is fine. I mean, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I think you kind of have to decide if you want to be creative as a living. You also kind of have to run a business. And it is just wild to me to kind of think of myself as that kind of person. But it's something I do have to get used to. I'm going on a little tangent, I'm sorry. It is cute. The beanies are coming out next month, as I said, in a few weeks. I'm excited, a little nervous, but it's all good. It's all good. Speaking of hats, I also made a hat. I've been thinking of making another hat for a while, and I wanted a crochet hat because I'm slowly getting back into crochet. And this is a self pattern. I didn't follow any specific pattern, though I did use a video as a basis, but I didn't follow it completely. I think I only figured out how to do the little circles on this crochet bucket hat, and then the rest is mine. It's free-handed. It's a fluffy, fluffy, fluffy bucket hat. You can see how fluffy it is. It's a mohair hat using Hobbii Diablo, the same as this vest. This is the Awan vest, which you can find on Ravelry, link in bio. But this is the self-drafted half crochet, half knit bucket hat. It was way more structured, and I took a pet brush that I bought, like a cat brush, and just like really worked it in, and now it's like super fluffy, and it's a bit bigger than it's supposed to be. This is a vibe. I like the vibe. Should I just wear it for the whole day? Probably not. That's probably not the best idea. But it's so cute. So the top part and the brim is crochet. It's all crochet. But the body here, from here to here, I don't know what you call it, the body is knitted, because I'm just gonna be honest, my crochet counts are not the best. I still do not know how to count stitches very well when it comes to crochet. So I thought it would be easier if I just did a knitted version. And I wanted to keep the crochet in the circle because I wanted to make a circle, and I wanted the brim itself to be very stiff. And it was stiff until I took a brush and just kind of went to town. It is very fluffy though, and because this is so fluffy, I'm tempted to brush this vest out, but I don't think I will. Too scared to do that. And it's definitely pretty, and I haven't seen a crochet bucket hat. The reason why I wanted to make like a Frankenstein bucket hat was that I saw on Instagram somebody making a mohair bonnet, and I thought it was so cool. But I was like, I want a bucket hat. I want like a cute bucket hat to wear out, but I didn't necessarily want it to use cotton because I thought, well, if I just wanted a cotton bucket hat, then I could just knit one up and it would be very quick and easy, but I wanted something that was really fluffy and unique to look at. My friends saw this hat and they said it was something a K-pop star would wear, which I think is an incredible compliment for a hat because it's so fluffy and the bottom bit is still like not brushed out. It is still gives itself a little bit of structure. I don't know whether or not I'm going to draft up a pattern for this because I didn't write it down. I can probably reverse it, like reverse engine this pattern and figure it out myself, because I know that I did like a circle here and then I just did normal knit stockinette, and then I did a half double crochet, some triple crochet, some double, and a single to like clean it out and make it more stiff. And it wasn't too bad. I think I used one ball of Hobbii Diablo and a little bit more. So it's probably like one ball and a little bit more because I still have quite a lot of Hobbii Diablo left. That's why I wanted to make a hat. I think if I would make it, it'd probably be a free pattern just because I don't know if anyone wants to actually make a crochet knit Frankenstein bucket hat, but let me know if you want to get one. Plus, I don't know how to grade crochet. I am still a novice when it comes to grading knitting patterns. I do not know if I can grade crochet properly. That is a whole other beast that you gotta learn how to do. It's cute, and I think with this outfit, it does give a very monochromatic vibe to it. I like it. I think it's cool, and I think it's fun, and you don't see a lot of hats like this, like a mohair fluffy bucket hat, because you associate fluffy mohair with winter, you associate bucket hats with the summer, so I think merging them together like this really creates a unique concept that I absolutely adore. I love playing around with color, especially for something like this. So I'm curious to see how else I can play around with like winter accessories or colors or fibers into summer knits. Because I live in perpetual summer. That's kind of what I have to do anyway. But yeah. Should I just leave it on for the rest of the video? My hair is all over the place now. The next thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, there's a few FOs here, as I said, I'm sorry, but it's all here. I started working on my Centro machine again in July. I got a Centro from my mom last year on my birthday, and I never figured out how to use it until July, because I wanted to get back into knitting again, but I realized, okay, this is a knitting machine, I got it, I might as well try it out. And I figured out finally how to do circles. I know how to do it like as a tube. I haven't tried panels yet. Don't know when I'm going to use a panel, but I will one day. And I managed, I put all of it here. It was like a $14, it's like a $14 container that I got from Huaho. This is all the scrunchies that I've made, because I'm thinking of starting to sell them at like a market. I've made, I think, 7 of these, 7 of these, 7 of these, and they're all made from a beautiful velvet. So they're velvet scrunchies that I knitted up without a pattern, because as I said again, I don't really know how to do patterns on a Centro, if there even are any. And I thought these would be really cute to sell at like a local craft market. We don't have a local craft market yet. Hopefully we will one day, but I might just sell them like at a normal sale. These are crochet, no, they're not crochet. They're knitted scrunchies that I made over the past 2-3 months, I want to say. And I took a break because I started hand knitting again, but I think later this afternoon I'm going to start making a few more scrunchies because they're actually really fun, if not a little bit time consuming. The reason I have a YouTube video on how to hand knit scrunchies, and I still prefer the look of hand knit scrunchies if I'm honest, but one scrunchie will take me 1 hour. I can pump out 7 of the bases of these scrunchies in what I can finish a ball in maybe an hour, take another 30 minutes to seam everything up, 30 to an hour to steam everything up, and then I get a very nice scrunchie. So it depends with time and effort, I think, and especially if I plan on selling the velvet scrunchie specifically, I don't think they need to be so customized the way that I would like my own scrunchies. I also made a little hat. These are cute, but they're very loose. What I've noticed with the Centro machine is that it doesn't really take up wool or any other kind of yarn very well. I've tried it with cotton. Does not look good. It pills, it pulls, it's not well. But it takes up, even velvet, it's like okay. But it takes up acrylic very well, and this is using some yarn that my mom had left over, so I took it from my mom. And I might make some more of these, but when you're cranking that Centro, it takes a very long time and it hurts my arms. So I asked my friend to order one of those things. It's like an attachment, so you can just take a drill and just have it go faster. So I'm gonna start making a lot more beanies once that arrives. I think right now, scrunchies are the way to go. So I might start working on it this afternoon after I film this video, so I can just take it easy this Saturday. Saturdays are still work days for me because I still go to the DJ booth, but now I wake up at like 4:30 in the morning because my set is like at 6 a.m. So like every morning, Monday to Friday, 5:30, wake up just to get started on my day early. Saturday, I wake up 4:30. Sunday is the only day I could sleep in, and I sleep in for as long as I can. I just rot in bed, and it's the best. The next thing that I have that I want to talk about that I actually finished last year. I checked my Ravelry. I finished it in November 2022, and I never posted about it because I was not posting any knitting content. This is the Avenham Cardigan by Lily Kate Makes. She's beautiful. She's blocked. I have not taken a picture with her yet. I haven't even worn her yet, so I'm very excited to finally try it out. I finished her in November 2022, but I didn't block her until this week. So it's been a long time coming. She was wrinkled and she wasn't the most pretty to look at until today. And she's so pretty. But it's been such a long time since I've made her. I completely forgot what yarn I used, so my apologies. This one, I want to say it's wool. I'm pretty sure it's a fingering wool. I want to say it's from West Yorkshire Spinners. I want to say it's West Yorkshire Spinners fingering, but I cannot be 100% certain. But she's cute. She's pretty. You have two options when it comes to the sleeves. I opted for this kind of sleeve, a puffy sleeve that was kind of a cap sleeve as well. That being said, she recommended using mohair, but I didn't like the look of the mohair, so I ended up using the yarn that I already had for the body. And then I bought some yellow buttons to go along with it. Look at it. Don't look at my face. Look at the buttons. It's so cute. This took way longer than I thought it would be. This is in a size 2, I want to say. And I don't know what else to say about the cardigan. I really like Lily Kate Makes. This is my second piece from her. The first one I did was a test knit, and I'll have it linked below in the description. This is the second one that I've received or that I bought. And I have the Ribblesdale vest. I have the pattern in my library and I haven't made it yet because I feel like that kind of vest is very cozy and I don't think I'm able to make it for the weather that I have, and I kind of want to prioritize knits that I know I will probably wear in this weather. And as of now, I don't think I'm going to be traveling to any cold climates anytime soon. But that is the most gorgeous. That candle is burning much heavier than I thought it would. This is a 1989 vest that my partner got for me. It's so cute. This one was like $5, and honestly, I do not recommend it. There's a lot of burning. I am very curious to see how it wears, though. I haven't worn it properly yet. And TMI, I don't really want to show my armpits in this, so I have to be very careful wearing it. But It is very pretty, and it is a little stiffer of a yarn. I won't say it's soft like a merino, but it is very nice to see and feel. I'll probably wear something underneath this just because I feel like it might be a little bit too sheer. You can see a lot between the fabrics, but I really like it, and I do enjoy Lily Kate Makes designs. I think her patterns are super clear, which I really appreciate as a knitter. But yeah, I think if you wanted to go for a lot of like feminine-ish knitwear, I think she's really great, especially if you are more interested in the very classic designs. 100% would recommend her. Another pattern that I recently finished, let me show you. I was tempted to wear it today, but maybe I'll just wear it another day. It is the Riff Tee by Jacqueline Sislak, and this was on my needles for, I want to say, about a year. I literally had these on my needles for about a year. This is, as I said, the Jacqueline Sislak's Rift Tee. You can make it long sleeve, you can make it short sleeve. I opted to do something a little bit different. So in the pattern, you're supposed to just pick up the stitches and then knit the ribbing here. But I ended up, I don't know if you can see it because it's white, I ended up adding maybe an inch, I want to say an inch and a half of stockinette stitch, so it was more of a t-shirt. And I put it on the other day. It maybe reached until like where this t-shirt sits, and I did it in size, I want to say size 1, size 2, can't remember now. And this uses Drops Belle, which is like a cotton linen, perfect for the summer. That being said, the sleeves I think are a little bit tight on me, but the body itself is quite big. And I know that she has a bicep circumference, custom bicep circumference in the actual pattern. I didn't end up doing that, I just went for the standard one. So I'm a little surprised that the bicep area is actually a bit tight on me compared to the body. And it's probably my fault because it's a great pattern. It's just probably human error in my part, but I don't think I'm going to frog it. It was way too much work. It was literally on my needles for about a year, I want to say, almost a year. 6, 7, 8 months. I think I started in December and I just completely forgot about it because of work. So it's finished. She's cute. I do like the yarn itself for the summertime. I think I'm definitely interested in making a lot more summer tees, and I tend to wear that the most often. That and vests, because they're easy to put on. You don't really need to make like a really heavy wool sweater, not in this weather at least. But I do like the Drops Belle. I do like it, and I want to make something else with it because I have it in the pink version. I don't know if I have enough of the pink though to knit up what I have in mind. And I'll explain it more when we talk about the whips. But yeah, that is all of my FOs of the past 2-3 months, which I want to say is pretty good. I think that's a pretty good start to what is going to be the end of the year. I'm curious to see how I'm going to do like everything I knitted or crocheted in 2023. I might just merge that with my 2022 to be honest, because I didn't end up making that video even though I really, really wanted to last year or earlier this year. But that is enough talking about FOs. Let's continue on with the whips, which admittedly is not a lot, but we're not thinking about quantity, we're thinking of quality. In terms of whips, I have 2 on the needles. And I realized 2-3 projects as my whips is like my healthy number. So I can just play around, switch around with projects when I want to, if I want something easy and if I want something hard. So I'm going to show you my hard project first. I say hard loosely, but very shortly, because this is my own pattern. I am knitting up a more intricate design for myself, and let me show you, because I'm actually kind of proud of this. I'm not gonna lie, it took me like 2-3 weeks to plan this. I made like 7 different swatches, 7 different lace patterns, and it is a lace cable vest, and you can see that there's hearts in the middle. It's so cute. And then there's a cable design here, and then there's another one here, and then like a pattern in between. And it's the same on the other side, but then the other side it's different. It's like slight because this one's left twists and this one's right twists, and then I made my own heart design in the panel, and I think it's so pretty. This one uses drops, I want to say this is drops Merino extra fine in the color olive. And I realized this is more green than yellow, and I think I thought it would be more yellow when I initially bought it. I can't remember why I bought it, but I'm not really a green person. I don't wear a lot of green in general. But I wanted to use this color because I wanted to use up my stash, and I wanted to see how it would look like in a merino. And I'm slowly getting there. I'm just working up the body. I think I just finished the 2 hearts. I need to do like half of another before I break for the body and to do the front piece and the back piece, because this is a bottom up. I really like making cables. I really love vests, and I wanted something that had like a very subtle, not subtle, but a very fun pattern in the middle, because I thought it would be so pretty. But what I didn't realize is that when you're doing lace or when you're doing a vest like this, that's so intricate, and it actually eats up a lot more yarn than you think it does. And I'm a little bit worried about if I have enough of the quantity, because I think I have 8 balls. This is my 4th, and I still have quite a bit to go. This is not even the full body yet, because this is going to be a very long piece. It's not going to be cropped. And I'm worried about whether or not I have enough yarn. And I was checking Wool Warehouse for more of the olive, and they don't have it available. And I'm a little bit worried that Drops has discontinued this color. Screaming internally, screaming externally. So I have 2 options. One, I'm scouring the internet to find Drops in this color, in this specific color, even though I know the dye lot's probably going to be different. And I'm going to be crying inside, but that's okay. I'll just use it for the sleeves. But this is already 4 balls of yarn, and I only have 4 left to work on the front panel and the back panel. I'm kind of scared, admittedly, but I am excited to see how it goes. I want to make this an actual pattern that I can share on Ravelry and Ko-fi and hopefully my own website if I can in the future. Knock on wood. But I am scared of grading a lace pattern. I don't know how people do it. It's kind of scary. And I wanted to do merino because I thought it was so soft and squishy, especially this one from Drops. It's so nice and soft and pretty, but I don't know about the color. But that's my own personal preference. I'm knitting it up in a sample. This is the sample size 2, I want to say, just based on my bust and the standard sizing people tend to do. But once I get the hang of this, I'm going to grade it. I'm going to figure out the sizing. And then I want to make a second sample using Drops Belle. And the reason why I want to use Drops Belle is because that's cotton linen. This one I'd say is more for winter because it's merino. It has the vibes, it has the color, it has the warmth. But the cotton linen I think would be much better for a summery piece. And that's something that I could wear much easier and maybe on its own, at least compared to the merino version. And I don't think there will be any differences in terms of the stitch. I wanted something that you can see a lot of stitch definition because I think they're so pretty to look at when you can see all the stitches really come together, which is why I wanted to use the Drops Merino. But as I said, I'm worried I might not have enough yarn for this. I might not have enough yarn for the summer version, but that is future Bash's problem, not mine. So she can deal with that in the future. But yeah, do you like doing lace and cables? I like it, but I've only made one ever piece, any other piece, and that was the Lana vest by Irene Lynn, and I really like that piece. I wear that very often, a little bit too often if I'm honest, but hopefully other people will like it when it releases. I don't know when it will, probably next year. Depends on how much I'm able to make in the next few weeks or so, but hopefully in the next podcast you will see this as a finished piece. At least I'm hoping. The next whip that I have is something that I started this week. So the previous whip that you saw, I think I started it like 2-3 weeks ago, I want to say, and I've been just slowly getting through it. This one made me realize, well, I started it because I realized I need something a bit more mindless. And this I thought would be perfect. It is the Jazelle Blouse by Fable Knitwear. I'm using, you can't see it, I'm already down here. This is using Drops Baby Merino in the color, I want to say this one is baby blue, but it's in the color 24. I've tried making the Antiquity Blouse by Fable Knitwear back in 2021, and I had to frog it because one, it was cotton and merino together, and I've learned now that is not a good combination at all, especially for summer, and it was too big. I think I said that already, but it was definitely too big for me and I had to frog it, so I just did not finish that blouse at all. I might revisit it in the future, but not enough time has passed yet. But I've always really admired Fable Knitwear's designs. I think they're very romantic, they're very feminine, they're very pretty. And Jazelle Blouse was something that I was eyeing for a while. And if I remember correctly, she launched it in her knitting book. I could be wrong though. But she released the Jazelle Blouse and immediately I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I want to make it. So I decided to make it. Originally, it was going to be using like my fingering yarn, but I did not get the gauge right. And I tried this on its own, like as a single strand using the baby merino. Too tight, and I realized if it's going to stretch, it's going to be super sheer. You'll see everything. So I decided to double strand it, and now it's working out just right. I hope I can block it to size, but since it's mostly ribbing for the body, I think it'll be okay. It is a bottom up, so I'm not able to try it on or make any distinctive modifications until, I want to say, maybe until the bust is done. But it is really easy, and I've been working on this for the past week. It looks very small, but because it's ribbed, it's going to expand and it's going to stretch, and hopefully it's really pretty. The reason why I wanted to make this specific sweater was because of the merino. I think it looked really pretty, and even though I was going to use the fingering, I'm really happy that this one turned out better, because the one that I was initially going to use was like a rosy pinkish red, it was a beautiful color, but I wanted this specific blue because the way that the Jazelle Blouse is made, it is the rib, and then you have really big puffy sleeves. And my first thought was, I'ma look like Cinderella. Get me my Cinderella moment, please. I thought it would be really cute, and you know what? Hopefully it's going to turn out well. I will say Fable Knitwear's designs, as I said earlier, are very pretty. I just wish, I guess, like she gives it in, I want to say Norwegian, and she gives it in English. I would rather it be a separated pattern. She does it all in one PDF, but that's just my personal opinion. Overall, it's a great pattern. I cannot wait to finish it. But yeah, those are the two whips that I have been making the past, I want to say, month or so. Every other thing that I've made, I've basically finished, as you can see, which makes me feel good, you know? I think I want to cast on another project soon with bulky needles. I realized that I would like one project that's mindless, one that I'm focusing on, and one bulky project so I have something quick and easy to make. So I think 3 is like the good middle ground for me personally. There's no yarn acquisition in this video. I think I'll do that in another one, as I said earlier. But yeah, that is all my stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. Is there anything else going on in my life that's interesting? I engaged in September, made a vlog about it if you want to check it out somewhere. But other than that, I think life has been okay. I do have my play coming out next month. I am directing a play. That is exciting, but also kind of scary because it's my first time directing other people. And if you're in Brunei, come watch if it's available. I am excited for it though. I'm getting back into my creative scene, getting back into like my creative juices is really fun, even though it is kind of tiring sometimes. I do appreciate it, but I also cannot wait to rest this December and just really take it easy. I left my job in August, I want to say, and I thought September would be chill, but because of engagement planning, I was a lot busier than I thought I would be. And October has been slow, thankfully. I've got to focus a lot more on other stuff, but there's still things I need to finish up before December rolls around. So I have to wait for that to finish up. But I would like the Hairy Knit and this YouTube channel and you, obviously, to be a more consistent place in my life. And I really appreciate you tuning in and watching me. It's really fun. It's really cool. But enough chattering, enough talking. I think that's about it from me. If you've made it this far, thank you. Have a cookie. You deserve it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Bash Harry. This is the Hairy Knit. Click subscribe if you would like. It would be really cool. And I'll see you soon. Bye!